So, as many of you know, I'm I'm from Florida, and if there's one thing a Florida man loves, it's you know, alligators. And I saw a news story earlier from Mayaca River State Park here in Florida, here in the wonderful land of Florida, that kind of pissed me off. Basically, the article was talking about Mayaca River State Park. There's a bunch of alligators have been found just dead in the river, and they don't know why. And they went for like this must have been the wind type of response and said that they died of old age. It's like that's literally not possible. Did you do any research on alligators? Nothing in the crocodilian family can die of old age. They can die of disease as they get older. They can die of, like, I don't know. Uh they they can die of like getting too big for their legs to carry, but they can't die of straight up old age. That's just not a thing they have in their abilities. And yeah, it just made me mad. I figured I'd come on and crash out for my 200 subscriber special. Um yeah. So we're just going to rant some more about alligators. You know, some of the alligators they were showing dead were like 6 footers at most. And that also added to my like pissed offness, if you could say that, because like um a 6 foot alligator is not that old. Like, it's not old enough to where it's going to be dying of old age. That's just not a thing it's going to be doing. And it's because it can't. And it's also not old. So, like, I don't know. Whole article made me mad. It was from, I'll tell you exactly who it was from. It was from Fox 13 News out of Tampa. Please do your research on alligators next time. For goodness sakes, you're a Florida news outlet. I would hope you know like the ins and outs of alligators at this point. That's like the whole thing. I need to like keep talking about alligators this whole video. So my grandmother, who's from West Virginia, is really scared of alligators. When we got a pool at our house, she was like sitting there convinced that we were gonna wake up one day to an alligator in our pool. It's just gonna be like chilling there, and it just hasn't happened. And it probably never will happen because it's just not a thing that happens that often. That's why it's in the news when it happens, because it just doesn't happen often. Because it's just not a thing that's worth reporting on even when it does happen. It's just not a thing. Our pool's screened in and we're on a hill. There's no way. Oh, hello. You wanna go? Ah, he wants to go. No. No. Okay. Okay, I had to lock in there. Now back to alligators. Yeah, she's like terrified that we're gonna end up with uh alligator in our pool. We haven't had that, but we did end up with catfish on our front porch. Like, not even joking. Yeah, that's just like the joy of living in Florida. There's a type of catfish that they like to call like the walking catfish. I don't know if that's actually what the species is called, but it's what they call it. Or at least all our neighbors called it. And they're like weird. They're really weird. But one time in our first year of living there was like this whole like torrential downpour, like 100-year rains, and we ended up with a bunch of catfish on our porch. It's hilarious. Who are you? Where are all these people coming after me from? Okay. And yeah, it's Florida's quite the experience. This is gonna turn from like a rant about alligators to a rant about Florida. and I'm all here for it. I love my state. Haven't left in like 5 years. That has a lot to do with college and financial situations, but um, yeah, it's it's quite the state. I love alligators. I love walking catfish even. They're so silly to me. The whole concept of a fish walking. Mind you, it's probably 800 feet to the nearest pond, maybe 700 to the nearest like swampy area. Um it doesn't make sense that one got there, to be honest. Like at all. And it's so funny to me. I don't know why. It was 10 years ago, but it still sticks out so much in my mind because it's just so funny that we had catfish on our porch like 3 weeks after moving in. We haven't had an alligator in our yard yet, surprisingly. Like at all. We've had snapping turtles and tortoises and coyotes, bobcats, deer, lots of deer. Um, but like no gators. Shocking. Oh, to here. Okay. I realized that I'm like on track for a perfect game here, so I kind of gotta lock in and make sure I get it. Oh, man. I can try hard any game. Okay. I think I might have one. I think I might have just a slight chance here. Yeah. I just got a perfect game while ranting about alligators. I think that's all for today. Thank you, and bye. There's a good old state where the sun's always shining. It's called Florida, and it's lots of fun. We got alligators running for flamingos in the lake, and crazy people driving. Yeah, it's just not safe.